If we think about Finnish things like nature, nightless night, casual alcoholism, and generations worth of misery, there is a chance to get a taste of all of those things and much more in a proper Finnish cabin experience. The Finnish word for cabin or cottage is mökki, and it is thrown around quite a lot, in a way that pretty much everything that isn't your permanent domicile is a mökki. And I don't want to sound too nitpicky, but there is a line somewhere when a mökki stops being a mökki. I think that most Finns would agree that traditionally, mökki is a small log cabin near water somewhere remote. But the thing that causes debate in the discussion involving what is a mökki and what is not, is the level of amenities. There are people who like their mökki life with as much suffering as possible. They do not accept things like running water, electricity, and the nicest thing you can squeeze the hangover lava fall is huussi. But most people are not that masochistic. On the other hand, if your mökki is bigger than most people's houses and have all the bells and whistles, I would say that at this point your mökki is vacation home or a villa. But because Finns are so goddamn modest, they would rather snort up ants with their assholes than accept that their high-end log villa has more in common with Versailles than a traditional mökki. But enough with things which existence diminishes buildings' mökkiness, and on the things that a proper mökki should have. The first thing that comes to mind for me when I think about things that make a building a mökki is a close proximity to water. Water is necessary for a cabin, not just because you get the nice scenery, and a cabin in the middle of the forest is just a hideout for serial killers. But mainly because water is also necessary for traditional cabin activities, mainly for sauna action and drowning in midsummer. And while we are on the subject of activities you can do at your cabin, a popular activity is to get heavily intoxicated. But other activities could be outdoorsy stuff like fishing, different kind of cabin sports like mölkky or tikka. But there is one way to spend time that is above all else. Cabins are a safe haven for people to escape their everyday life and the stress from their occupation. So what is the best way to enjoy your free time? Well, usually, cabin people subscribe to the German philosophy, work sets you free, as many see cabins as intensive labor camps. We need to differentiate this kind of work from your normal day at the office, where your soul is slowly being crushed by the weight of the Excel spreadsheets. Typical chores you do at the cabin are simple in nature, and the purpose of the work is easy to understand. The amount of work goes hand in hand with the lack of amenities. For example, heating up sauna requires that you have made firewood and carried the water to the sauna building. Naturally, doing little work beforehand makes the sauna beverage taste better. Another interesting thing in the whole cabin thing is the social aspect. The dynamic between cabin owners and the people visiting the cabin offers many ways to spread hatred towards fellow human beings. The cabin owners may find it annoying that people invite themselves with short notice to your cabin and then be a complete freeloader. On the other hand, cabin owners can invite you to a pleasant cabin vacation just to use you as a free workforce.